Okay guys, here we are going to the next topic, pitch presentation, which is also an important question for your theory part. Okay, so here in pitch presentation, what you are going to do, you are going to put your business before the investors, right? So this is simply a short and brief presentation. It should not be more than 20 minutes that you are going to present it to your investors. Okay, that you are starting your startup business. So this is something introduction you can write. Okay, what are some points you have to keep in mind while doing the presentation? So there is something you have to remember. First of all, you have to introduce not only you but also your team. Okay, you have to introduce not only yourself but also your team. So once you introduce your team and yourself, now you are going to say what is the problem you are going to solve. So what is the solution? What is the problem you are targeting and what is the solution you are going to give it? Okay. So once you have given the solution, you have to make this solution aware to the people, customers, right? So what is your marketing techniques? Okay, how you are going to do marketing, and from that marketing you are going to get revenues, right? So how are you going to get the revenue? So what is your projection? Okay, that is your next thing. Once you have done your marketing, you have started earning your revenue. Now you are going to get your competition. Who are your competitors? How you are going to differentiate yourself from your competitors? Okay, and what is your business model? That you have to convince your investors. And last, finally, they are going to give you financing. Okay, whether already you have financing, okay, whether you have already raised the finance or just now you are raising your finance. Okay, you have to make them understand about the financing. So this is your introduction about your pitch deck presentation. Okay, so introduction, team, and you will go for problem. So once you identify the problem, you will go for solution, then you will do marketing, projection, because during the marketing you will start earning the revenue. So you are going to give you the projections. Okay, you are going to give them the projections of your startup and competitors, business model. Finally you are going to talk about the financing, right? So sorry, here introduction, to start with you are going to say brief account of yourself. Who are you, what are you doing? Team, so you have to introduce to the audience the team behind, okay, who have helped you. Okay, not only yourself. Okay, investors not only put the money towards the idea but also they are investing in your team, so you have to introduce your team. Next, what is your problem? You have to explain the problem. What is your problem, what you are going to solve it, and what is your solution? Okay, so it is very important to describe in the pitch that how you are going to solve the problem, how you are going to solve this problem, what is your solution. They have given some example. If you want, if you have time, revise the example also. Next, marketing. Who is your target customer? How you are going to satisfy that customers? Okay, how the promoter is planning to attract the customer. So here you can also do the revenue forecast. So if you are doing the revenue forecast, here you have to give the projection. So projection at least you have to give. Okay, so they will say the projection, that is income statement. Okay, see here in projection you are going to give three things. Okay, three things, that is a income statement, cash flow statement, and balance sheet. Okay, income statement, cash flow statement, balance sheet. Income statement, how the business will generate, what are their income, what are their expense. So this is about the income. All the other three related to expense, that is what is the cost, what is the amount you're going to pay to employees, what is the amount you're going to pay for rent. Okay, so cash flow is something you're going to determine how much cash is coming into the business and how it will be utilized, how much will be utilized. Okay, and any cash that you have burnt, okay, that is there any idle cash remaining? Okay, what is the cash balance remaining at the end of the period? Everything you have to say in the cash flow statements. And in the balance sheet, is something you are going to uh, tell overall finances. Okay, it is going to tell you the overall finances including the asset, liability and equity. Okay, so how much money you have to owe to your suppliers, how much money you has invested in the company, etc. Okay, so everything you have to say in this statements. This is your projection. Once your projection is done, right, once your projection is done, now your competition starts, right, competition. So even though if it is a new company or new startup, new product is unique, you are going to have the competition. So how you are unique from your competitors, you have to make the investors understand how you are different from others. Next is the business model. So business model includes your purpose, business process, target customers, offerings, strategies, training practices, everything you have to make them understand. See, they can ask a separate question in the business model. Just read, okay, or just read this example alone. Okay, so once you can read this example, you can write if they ask a separate question in the business model. And finally, they are going to talk about the financing. So financing, if a startup has raised the money, it is preferable to talk about how the money has been already used. If they have already raised the money, how they have invested, right? So see, if they didn't, if no money was raised before, okay, till date, then how much work has been accomplished with the help of the minimum finding. Okay, so how much the work they can complete, you can at least say that to the investors. So it is true that the investors like to see the entrepreneurs who have invested their own money, right? So if a promoter is pitching to raise the capital, he should list out how much he is looking to raise and how he intends to use the fund. So how much fund he needs, okay, how he will use this funds, everything he has to explain in the pitch deck presentation, right? So this is something I have covered in detail. Okay, this is a 7 minutes video, but yes, I have covered in depth fully. Okay, this is very important. Please don't leave this pitch deck presentation. At least cover as much as I did. Okay, all the best, guys. We'll see you in the next concept video. Okay.